No idea. I assume this deck is closer to mono blue Tron as opposed to mono green Tron as opposed to the green based Tron decks. How many lands are in this deck? There's 23, and we don't have any searching. This is probably a mulligan, because like we have one redraw here, but I don't have like a guaranteed second redraw. Democracy Petties for SI Suitor. Thanks, Rev. Have to mulligan that, I think. Alright, I mean, this one has a scry, I guess. This one has a scry, I guess. I think I'm supposed to play catch and release on this one too. I guess, yep. Oh, that doesn't feel good. I don't know if this deck mulligans as well as green-based Tron decks do. We'll find out, I guess. Scred, probably. My body's ready to miss our second land drop. Hey, Allie. Thanks for Twitch Prime, bud. I appreciate it. Ooh, we found a piece of candy. Found a piece of candy. Declan Scott, leave your brother alone, please. Alright. Today might be a short stream. Jake's bus failed to pick him up from school, so he is home because Christy took the car to work, so I don't know that we're gonna stream for too long with both the kids here. Alright, well, I mean, it's definitely a thing I'm interested in casting to hit a land drop. 2, unless we discard an artifact. I suppose I'm technically closer to casting these two than I am to casting those colored spells, right? Where's your bowl? Get your bowl and I'll give you some pretzels. Yep. I think we just know about one snow-covered mountain left. Yep. Look at that. Opponent cleverly. So, fun fact. This card... God, Tron's great. This card and that interaction that you just saw there is the reason that things that make creature lands... things that make creature lands now give those lands haste when you make them, so you don't get that feel bad that my opponent just had of missing 4 points of damage because they accidentally targeted the mountain they put into play this turn. That was an interaction that came up a lot in Standard. New players got. They'd cough the mountain they just played for the turn, and the experienced player would lean over and be like, "Hey, sorry, that mountain summoning sick, bud. You just played that one." And it was a real feel bad moment. Opponent doesn't want to play Magic anymore because we have an Ulamog. I forgot how tough Tron was. I should have played Tron last weekend. This deck's real hard. Alright, Negate. Do I want Spreading Seas to fix my own mana through Blood Moon? I think I might, actually. I think that might be a thing I'm interested in doing. This is probably not a Fatal Push matchup. This is probably not a Damnation matchup. It's not a Relic matchup. I need to cut one more card here. Collective Brutality seems a little medium. No, they didn't stop running. They pulled up out in front of my house, and then I went to take Jake out, and then they were gone by the time I opened the door. They stopped for like 45 seconds, which wasn't enough time for me to put my boots on. Is Repeal better than Collective Brutality? It might be, actually. I just like don't have a good way to get Blood Moon off the table, so that's probably it. Like bounce it and then counter it on the way back down. Or like end step, bounce it, untap, do my big thing. Well, I mean, we won on 5 cards last game, right? So let's go. I mean, this hand has Tron in it. It's not exciting against a Blood Moon deck. But I'm gonna bottom that one. Yeah, I'm gonna bottom that one. Yeah, Collective's probably not great. God, people are so dumb. Just someone on Twitter telling me that the Jade Light Merfolk is anywhere close to the power level of what's it called? Close to the power level of Rogue Refiner. It's just like, y'all don't understand how to evaluate Magic cards. I already messaged her. I mean, she knows. She had to call. I had to ask her for the number to call the school so they could know Jake wasn't going to be there today. Stop it. I'm just going to start timing people out for 10 minutes when they suggest surgical for stupid reasons. Maybe that'll slowly teach Twitch chat that you shouldn't board in surgical in every single possible matchup. Eventually, Twitch chat will learn every matchup isn't a surgical extraction matchup. It's okay to leave surgical in your board. Ooh, the Scred Bolt, my Wurmcoil. That feels good. Yeah, actually, my article that's going up on what's that site I write for? Gathering Magic on Friday is going to be talking about cards I'm interested in playing from Rivals of Ixalan and Modern. If you're one of my subscribers, I posted the preview article in the subs Discord yesterday. I wonder if Pia can race this. Doesn't seem like it. They have like a Storm Breath Dragon follow-up. That's not a Storm Breath Dragon. It's good for us. My body's excited to just like use their Pia and Kira and Nalar to like mess their stuff up next turn. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a Goth. Fun fact though. You can't hit your own planeswalkers with effects like Pia and Kira and Nalars, which sucks. Definitely sucks. Alright, so what am I doing here? Blue Source is actually good because it lets me run one of their spells into a Condescend next turn. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass here because I think we're just sacrificing their Thopters. I think we're just sacrificing their stuff. Although I guess I could kill the Koth, though I can't kill the Koth because it would go to 1. Yeah, I'm just going to pass the turn to myself. Pass the turn to me. Hey, children! Children! Alright, Goblin Rabble Master, what are we doing? What are we doing? Alright, so we're gonna sacrifice or add a mana for each mountain we control. Okay. Cast this. Can't click there, can I click here? Okay. We're gonna use that mana, we're gonna shoot this. Sacrifice this artifact. We're going to use 1, 2, 3. We're gonna use this, sacrifice this. Shoot that. Man, this Mindslaver card's really fair. You know that? And then, unlike Emrakul, they don't get to take another turn after this one, so I'm just gonna get to untap and attack their Koth. Oh, we actually have the lock set up, don't we? Where the Academy Runes is already in hand. So they're gonna get one more turn, and then we're going to just start Mindslavering them every turn. Nope. Nothing like a Mindslaver morning. I wonder what we're gonna draw next turn, chat. Oh, they could top deck Blood Moon, you're right. And I have Condescend. They could top deck Blood Moon, and we have a Condescend, so. Alright. First one. Quick 2-0 with the blue-black Tron deck. Got him. Just did some Tron-like things there a couple games in a row. I think this hand's keepable. This deck like doesn't like Voltron into Tron quickly and that's the wrong land. Okay. It's the wrong land. It probably doesn't matter unless we draw like exactly another Tron piece, but I'm pretty sure we're searching a Darkslick Shores with this anyways, so. Are they playing Lantern Control? Is my opponent playing Lantern Control in a friendly league? I hope they're playing a brew. Maybe they're playing Fairies. I feel like playing Lantern Control in a friendly league should be a bannable offense. What do we think, chat? If you play Lantern Control in a friendly league, should you be disallowed from playing Magic the Gathering online? Just like, if the card Lantern of Insight is in your deck, you cannot join the friendly league. Could be a Death Shadow variant, but Death Shadow variants don't play Darkslick Shores, right? Smells like Lantern. Smells like Lantern. Gross. Gross. Lantern is fun and great. It's something. Hex decks are, it depends on the deck, Dwight. It's probably at the point in the season where I'd still take weird ones. It's tough, because, like, I have to watch my ladder rank on Hex, right? Which means you could win by timeout. That's fair. That being said, this matchup's probably good for us. I basically just play what's in the donation queue, Keystone, so if it's not in the donation queue, probably not playing it. I don't often spend my own money to play Modern, and when I do spend my own money to play Modern, usually it's to play something more degenerate than that. So, the Saheeli Cobra is a great option for a donation list, and usually I play those pretty quickly, because, like, I don't mind playing the creature combo decks, but... And they timed out. God bless us, everyone. Alright, let's take a War of Invention here, hopefully. I'm not going to drain them, because that's not going to matter. Alright, our hand's pretty medium. Hand is pretty medium. Worth noting that we do not have the good chromatic card against Lantern. So Chromatic Sphere, your opponent can't respond to the draw since it's a mana ability. Chromatic Star is a triggered ability because it's a different line of text from the mana ability, so they can respond to that. Should ask the Hex guys. That's actually not a bad... Actually not a bad idea. I know Varanus was a Kickstarter, so like he has... That's really annoying. There's a Thoughtseize on top of their deck. Tower on top of ours. This matchup is a... I should have drawn that Tron piece with the star. Wasn't paying attention. This matchup is a huge favorite for Green Tron. I don't know how it plays out for this deck because we don't have Oblivion Stones in our deck, but like Oblivion Stones and Karns out of Green Tron just like body Lantern. Just gonna hit my land drops here, which might be bad. I don't know exactly what we're doing here. This is gonna get Thoughtseize. We're gonna be sad. This is not my deck list. So again, if you're new to the stream, this is a donation deck list. So someone sent me dollar bills to play their exact 75. If you're interested in learning about that, you can learn about that. Well, I would be at that link, but the bot apparently is dead this morning. bit.ly/Hurkyl sellout, all lowercase. You can find out more about how the donation deck lists work. Deal 2 damage to me. Sure. Alrighty. So again, I don't really have any thoughts or opinions, at least not ones that are educated on why this deck is playing the cards that it is, because I didn't build it. There you go. Thank you, Altered State of Confusion. Yeah, Green Red Tron is a very strong favorite in this matchup. Gonna work for something fun. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead. We're pretty low to win that game. I'm just gonna go ahead and move to the next game because this isn't my deck and we didn't pay money for it, so I'm not sitting here gonna be miserable. That's fair warning. I do not play through misery for donation deck lists. Is Surgical Extraction good in this matchup? Maybe. They do kind of use their discard pile. Collective Brutality is probably slow. They empty their hand pretty quickly. Ugin's like not great, but I'm gonna leave 1 in just because he can like bolt them out of the game. Platinum Angel, you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. I wonder if they can beat this card. I feel like there's a non-zero chance they can't beat this card without knowing about it. I mean, I don't have any spot removal left in my deck. It's definitely better than spot removal. Like, that's not particularly close. Maybe I just don't want these cards. I probably don't want the Wurmcoil Engine, actually, right? Like, what are the odds I'm attacking them to death? Probably pretty low. Alright, I've talked myself out of the Surgical Extraction. You should always send me a deck list before you send me money. If you send me a donation without confirming that I'm willing to play a deck list first, I reserve the right to not play the deck. Because some people send really terrible things, and I'm just not willing to. I have low standards, but they exist. They exist. They're exceedingly low, but they exist. I feel like I'd rather play Spreading Seas to beat Academy Runes than anything else. Gosh, this hand has so many high impact cards in it. We'll just call this Tron Unkeepable Sevens. Yeah, I'd play High Tide. Seems like one I'm willing to do. One I'm willing to do once. Alright, is my opponent allowed to play 2 lands in the same turn? Nobody will ever know. That's also true. They are inversely proportional. It's a great way to put it. I have no knowledge of variations of High Tides and what their meme levels may be. I like how this window keeps just like jumping over slightly every time we draw a card. What a great feature. They have a Whir of Invention too. Yeah, you don't have 3 blue, bud. You don't have, you got 1, 2, and you used this one to make a black mana. Sorry. Lose my Snapcaster Mage. Lost my thirst for knowledge. Having Academy Runes is pretty good. Maybe I should hold this until there's an artifact I want to get back, or I'm gonna miss a land drop. Okay, it's just jumped over again. Why is this over the thing? And I click on it and it jumps back. Oh, Magic Online. Oh no, not Ensnaring Bridge. How will I ever win the game now? Yeah, I agree. Like, giving the Lantern deck Court of Calling was definitely not something great for the Magic community. It's definitely one of the things that was good for them. Can I be done yet? Yeah, we're just gonna move on with our life. That's my favorite thing about playing donation lists. It's house money. Let's just like be happy. Magic's more fun when you're happy, and playing against Lantern doesn't make me happy, so we're just gonna move on with our lives. I just don't get, like, I love all the people, just like the very casual Magic players that like, you know, energy's not a problem. They printed Solemnity and you just haven't played enough Solemnity. They have a hate card, you're just not playing the hate card that's good against energy. And just like, they don't understand like what good hate cards look like. Solemnity doesn't draw a card, it doesn't make an impact on the board the turn you play it. There's just like so many reasons it's just this unplayable card in Standard, on top of the fact that like it's in this color that is just like completely has no good supporting cards surrounding it. Yeah, it really is. Even when you're winning against Lantern, you're losing. Just like isn't an enjoyable gameplay experience. Like I'd rather play against Eggs than play against Lantern, because at least when I was playing against Eggs, I could press F6 and fucking walk away from my computer and like know that when I came back I was either going to be dead or had my turn. With Lantern, I have to be actively engaged in the misery that's going on the screen that's going to take far longer to kill me than Eggs ever took to kill me. That's the worst part about it. It's not even that like people that want to play like whatever goldfish type decks, like at least those I don't have to be present for. They can just like do their thing and have their fun, and I can come back and it'll be over one way or another. With Lantern, you have to be there and be actively engaged. I mean, like, seeing there's Tron in it, I can't mulligan. It doesn't have a castable spell, but it has Tron in it. We are 1-1. We beat Scred, and I conceded to, what's it called? Lantern, because I don't hate myself. I do hate myself, but... Fairies. See, this is a friendly league match of Magic. My opponent is playing Fairies, and I'm playing blue-black Tron. This is like friendly Magic at its finest. Yeah, Ad Nauseum's a fine donation list. I think if you think that energy in current standard is just a typical best deck standard type thing, you're being either willfully or unintentionally ignorant to like the history of what best deck standard looks like. Like, best deck standard generally comes nowhere close to the dominance that the current best decks in our standard format have. Like, they're just, it's not even close. Like, how good energy is and how much it represents. Like, Wizards of the Coast is doing their best to hide as much data as possible from us, and energy still has these ridiculous numbers. Could you imagine what the energy numbers actually look like if the leagues weren't being made artificially diverse by Wizards of the Coast bullshit? Like, can you even fathom how actually not diverse the format is? And there was a donation there, something about it. I don't know if you talked about it. Can you talk about Peaceful Chupacabra rant? Thank you, Love the Content. Thanks for the donation, Knights. Yeah, I mean, Patrick Sullivan is he's a very sharp individual, right? Like, he's obviously very good at his job, which is game design, and he was very correct in most of his rants. There's a reason why that rant has been shared again and again and again. So fun fact. The one time I played Lantern, so we're going to condescend this for a lot so they can't spell stutter sprite me. They have 1, 2, 3, 4. Spell stutter sprite would be 5, so X needs to be 5 on this so my opponent can't sprite this. I need my converted mana cost to be 6. I deleted it because people that want to watch Lantern content are pretty rude. In fact, my Lantern video that I've since deleted is the reason why my YouTube comments are disabled, because people are fucking miserable. Hey, Dren with the Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. Wizards of the Coast solution to their standard formats being bad is to hide standard data. That's their solution. So I chose to play around Sprite and got punished by a mana leak there. They have a bunch of cards, none of which matter. Fatal Push is actually better than Go for the Throat against us, right? Because Fatal Push could like kill my things and it costs 1 less mana. All right, so what are we Ulamogging? It's probably just 2 lands, right? So they can't just like Cryptic tap my stuff down, because like I can just mill them out with this trigger. No, I think expecting standard to be as diverse as modern is foolish, because like it's just like a symptom of the fact that like just how many cards we have present in modern as a format, right? Like expecting, good lord, that was a good draw. All right, well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna do this. I think that's a bad statement. I think that a statement like that, Fedge, is just as bad as like the people saying, why aren't you playing Solemnity? Like, do you think the people that like showed up to Worlds weren't trying to get an edge? Like, do you really think like, is that the argument? Is that the hill we want to die on? That the people that all they do is play fucking Magic, that this big Magic tournament, that they didn't try. They didn't try and find other things. Feels like a bad hill to die on. And again, the energy mechanic is a big symptom of Wizards of the Coast's desire to just like not print interactive cards. So one of the things Wizards of the Coast does pretty consistently with their game design is they don't print hosers for their mechanics in the same set as that mechanic. We see this consistently over and over again. And with energy, they like kind of tried to print interaction and Solemnity, but it's not really interaction, right? It doesn't impact the board. It's the same thing when we had Delirium in Standard. Eventually 13-man Emrakul had to be banned, right? Like that, in that format, we didn't have ways to interact with the graveyard because WotC wanted to let people have their fun, so there just wasn't things for the graveyard. So actually, I'm running... So VMware is actually free to license for personal use. If you'd prefer a I guess open box is technically commercial. Open virtual box works as well. But I'm actually running. This is running natively on Linux through Wine. Wine's a compatibility layer for running Windows applications on Unix operating systems. Is this a Negate matchup? It's definitely a Repeal matchup. Collective Brutality and Thoughtseize feel fine. Wurmcoil's probably fine. Platinum Angel is probably fine. I mean, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Leave your brother alone, Declan. I don't know that I really... Hey, Jacob, you're okay, dude. I actually want to cut here. I conceded to Lantern Control because I don't hate myself. Do not hate myself enough to play against Lantern Control. I hate myself a lot, but not quite that much. I mean, I don't think that's true. Yes, every dollar I spend on Magic, I write off at the end of the year because most of my dollars get made via Magic, so that's how getting 1099 works, being an independent contractor works. Yeah, I don't hate Chad enough to make them watch Lantern Control, that's true. No, so I think that's another fallacy. A big part of why Standard's so cheap right now is when people don't want to play Standard, when there's not demand for cards, they're cheaper because that's how supply and demand works. There's a large supply, but there's no demand. Yeah, Turbo Depths is if you're talking about the green-black Turbo Depths, yeah, that one's fantastic and perfect, Drin. How'd the challenge go? I played the Mox event. I don't play the Modern Challenge event because the Modern Challenge event is for idiots because it has 3 times as many players as the other challenge events and the same amount of prizes. So you'd have to be kind of stupid to play in the Modern Challenge or just hate money and time, like one of the two. Like, honestly, I think your time is better spent playing a bunch of Modern Leagues than playing in the Modern Challenge. There's so many people and so little prizes. That's not quite true. If it's similar in price, Kitchen Finks, the energy standard on Magic Online is similar price to, is more expensive than the bad standard decks on Magic Online are cheaper than good Hex decks. I want to play a Tron piece. I'm going to play Darkslick Shores. I'm going to go ahead and Thoughtseize here because I can Condescend a Spell Stutter Sprite or a Mana Leak. That's not true. There's some card from forever ago that actually removes poison counters. I forget what it is, but it definitely exists. It's probably back when Richard Garfield was still designing interactive cards. Am I gonna go top here? I think I'm gonna go top here. Shadow of Doubt. It's a rude opponent. Wurmcoil Engine, that's adorable. Wurmcoil Engine is totes adorbs. Yeah, I mean, depending on what the deck is. I've got a backlog anyways. Realistically, depending on how sweet it is, donation decks are probably on a 1 to 2 week wait period, depending on how sweet they are. I am 10 out of 10 will play things sooner if they are sweet, but am I gonna snap? I think I'm gonna snap Thoughtseize here so that I can get this map to resolve. So the energy deck for all of the it's too good and probably should be removed, the energy deck does actually generate what I consider to be good games of Magic. The energy deck, like, the games are very interactive and there's generally a lot of play on both sides. So, like, from a gameplay perspective, I actually don't mind the energy deck. From a, we've been playing with energy and it's been the best mechanic for 14 months, I'm kind of done. Like, very bored. Alright, crack this. Don't Snapcaster Shadow of Doubt me. God bless America! Why do I open my mouth, chat? Why do I say the words that I could possibly say? Opponent had 2 draw steps, 2 cards I didn't know about. Of course one of them was the Snapcaster Mage to hose my Expedition map. That feels really good. Alright. Damn it, Hogland. Yeah, that's probably fine. I want to try a bunch of Blood Sun decks. Suspended Ancestral Vision. It's a good series of draws. I'm going to snap the trade here if they offer it. We're definitely the control deck in this matchup, I think. The longer this game goes, the more favored we are. Being clicked. Alright. Just going to go ahead and do this in response. Now discard an artifact or 2 cards. I think I'd rather discard an artifact here, right? Dealer's choice. I'm gonna kill your Vendilion Click here in a second. What do you think about the Blood Sun in Standard? I think Teamer Energy really needed a good way to interact with Search for Azcanta, right? God, I hope they draw an untapped land and we tilt them out of their chair with this Condescend. Oh, baby. No Ghostarino, opponent. No Ghostarino. Hey man, you're entitled to your opinions, however wrong they may be. Look, every time something's cracked in half and should go away, there's always someone out there that's like, you know what? I've got a good matchup against it, and it's fine. It's fine, I tell ya. Y'all are just crybabies. There's always one. Since the last set that Garfield worked on was Innistrad, and the set before that was Original Red, you hope for Dominaria saves Magic for the next couple of years. Pay for opinions, democracy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go top here and just use this Expedition map right away, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think Return to Dominaria is hopefully gonna be pretty great, right? That being said, one thing that I am a little bit worried about is that, like, is it going to be a high-powered set to allow us to compete with these energy cards? They don't ban them, right? Like, how do we, like, even if they're really sweet designs in this, like, if they're not push designs, the energy mechanic is really parasitic and tough to play through. Here's some water. Here you go. So what I want to get here, so I could just go get, how many turns does this have? It says 3 turns, it's a while. Do I want to... Yeah, I'm just gonna complete Tron. I could get Academy runes and like play for a slightly longer game, but I don't think that's really where I'm at in life. Perfect. Kill your thing, cast my Platinum Angel. I wonder if they have a way to kill this. They could like bounce it with, or yep, okay, yep, deal. Punished for not Academy rooting. All right. Goes and gets Academy runes. Urborg did make our deck better. Do I want any of these artifacts back out of my bin? I don't think I do, right? If I get an angel, I just edict it again. Yeah, this is via wine, Minifer. Took a draw step, got punished for taking a draw step. Yeah, you're pretty dead here. Fine, we have to play game 3 on the play. That snap Shadow of Doubt really got us. I mean, Star doesn't net us a card because, like, I might as well just draw the card, right? Like, I don't need the fixing from the Star, and Academy Runes puts it on top of our deck. It doesn't draw it for us. I mean, the problem, and this is, again, going back to the, what Wizards of the Coast needs to focus on interactive Magic, is that one of the biggest problems with the energy deck, too, on top of it, is that, like, cards like Bristling Hydra are tough to interact with, right? And cards like Rogue Refiner, you interact with them and you're still behind because they drew a card. And the problem with the Ramunap red deck is Hazoret is a miserable card because you can't interact with it without playing like these really awkward, clunky cards a lot of the time. So just like this lack of a focus on like printing these things that just like have there be play and counterplay to your games. Don't just like make your match of Magic about playing this threat that I can't answer because, you know, you drew your unanswerable threat. Like TCG games are interesting when there's play and counterplay and the games go long. Yeah, the City's Blessing seems like really suspect game design too. It's just like, well, this is just like a snowball mechanic, right? Like I'm ahead because I've played a bunch of things out and now I'm more ahead. Is this a Negate matchup? Negate's probably better than these. It's probably better than something, right? I don't know, I guess I need to kill their creature lands. My goal is to kill creature land. Should I just have Spreading Seas in my deck? Alright, let's do this. Yeah, exactly, right? like, and Sullivan touched on that in his rant, right? Like the tension and the drama, like creating these interesting games where like you're invested in like seeing what the outcome is, because the outcome isn't just on the board. Oh, yep, that's unkillable. Sounds great. Oh, good, I drew my Fumigate. Please don't have Negate. I have no idea, Dwight. Actually unsure. MTGO traders. Scrolling Manor in the corner. That seems fine. It's got 2 cantrips in it, right? Do a sponsors. This league is going long. Playing these control decks takes a while. Look, my post is up. My opponent, I looked away, my opponent like played a card, and I was like, wait, where'd it go? Yeah, the creature toolbox decks are very good against Lantern. I mean, Scarab God really wasn't good enough. I personally am glad that Scarab God can get back Terminate, because it definitely wasn't strong enough before. I feel like the Scarab God needed that extra leg up. Yeah, I like the card Restoration Angel. She's my bae. Restoration Angel and I, we go way back. I'm getting clicked because I did that. Do I just want to thirst in response here? I think I do. Trying to hit a land drop. I'm gonna bin this Mindslaver. No, I mean, if you enjoy playing Lantern, you should never feel bad about playing the deck that you enjoy playing if it's legal. It is not, and I hate that response from, you hear that from Magic players a lot too. Like, when I talk about Tron probably being too good for Modern, people are like, well, you're playing Tron, Hogland, you're part of the problem. It's like, it's not my job as a player to police the format. It's Wizards of the Coast job as the managing company of the format to create a format that's interesting to play and engage in. It's never the player's fault for playing a broken deck. It is 100% Wizards of the Coast's fault for not managing the format and leaving broken, uninteresting, degenerate things legal that people hate playing against. So you, personally, should never feel bad for playing the deck that you enjoy playing, because that's not your responsibility. Your job isn't to manage Wizards of the Coast game and make other players feel good or bad about the decks you're playing. That's not your job as a player. Your job as a player is to have fun playing Magic, and if you enjoy playing Lantern Control, you should fucking play Lantern Control. Oh god, we're gonna die here, aren't we? Feels like we're gonna die. Maybe cutting my fatal pushes and stuff was wrong. Also, to quote Matt Bamonte, who's a very sharp individual, if you genuinely think something should be banned on power level, you should probably be playing it. Just, you know, good quality advice. People, right? Where people accuse me of working for Wizards of the Coast. That hogland he's bought and paid for. I don't understand why I'm never invited to the streamer showdowns. I just don't get it, chat. Why doesn't Wizards like me? Oh. He never invite me to play with the other kids. Where's my preview card, wizards? I don't understand. I play so much of your game. We're pretty dead, right? I guess I can repeal this. Tron without Karn is kind of sacrilege, you're not wrong. Am I dead? We're dead, chat. Alright. I need to run and change a diaper really quick. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Enjoy the sponsor screen. 2 seconds. Yeah, you know I'm coming for your diaper. Oh. Thanks everyone for hanging out here today. Sorry for the short break. For those of you that aren't aware, I'm a father of 2, so the kids have to have some priority in the morning. They're important. If you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see past that, the absolute best way you can support my content here is by subscribing on Twitch. That helps support myself financially so I can spend more time doing stuff like this and less time doing other things. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. mtgotraders.com. I love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there with them. CoolStuffInc.com. Buy and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com. I'd love to help you customize your gaming experience using promo code Jeff12. You get 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, carrying cases. They really do it all. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork they have on their website. I need to find where my custom binder went. I think one of the kids ran off with it. And finally, SpareDeck.com. They offer kind of a unique service. Let's say you want to try a sweet modern deck like this blue-black Tron deck that we're playing today. Kind of an interesting donation list. You can rent it from SpareDeck for a weekend or up to an entire month. And using code Hoagland7, you can save 7% on your rental there. God, we have not run well with opening hands in this deck today. And it's not even just like we're mulliganing like lands and spells, just like constant one-landers. This can't be keepable, right? It's like 2 of the same Tron piece, no black mana, no filtering. This is not good either. I mean, this is the best hand we've had. I'm gonna top that. It looks like this really weird Lantern control deck. Oh, goody. Wait, nope. Huh. Sacred Foundry pass. Interesting. Do you have any advice for someone playing in their first team event? The best piece of advice I can give people that are going to play in their first team event is don't get too many cooks in the kitchen when you get down to one match. There are more draws in team events than other events because you get that too many cooks in the kitchen mentality, and like there's just too many people are trying to make decisions. So like whoever is playing a particular format should probably be the best one at playing their deck, and unless you see them doing something obviously super wrong, you should give them a lot of space to just make their decisions. Two good teammates to carry you is also good advice. 10 out of 10 would recommend being carried. I mean, like, I don't know that I'm the perfect person that you want to be the face of your game. I'm a little bit crass around the edges. We're pretty no bullshit around here, and we say things people don't like to hear for the most part. So, like, I don't know if I agree strictly with that. I think a lot of my criticism is fair and valid, but I could definitely work sometimes to maybe be a little bit more presentable. But I don't know. I don't get paid for this, right? Like if they were paying me for constructive criticism, I'd probably be a little bit better about it. But they don't pay me. I'm not on their payroll, so I can just say whatever I want, right? Yes, Kibler is the perfect person. That's true. Kibler is like, yep, completely agree with that one. Huh. Do I want these cards? Yeah, I think I do, right? I think I just want to go top here. I'm gonna go top. We can cast the map, and then we can cycle the star to pick up the Academy runes, and then we can recycle the map to get Tron. This is match number 4 in this league. We conceded a match to Lantern Control, and then we lost the last match to Blue-Black Fairies, and we beat Scred in the first round. Hey, Dark Slaughter with the Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much, and welcome. I really appreciate that. Oh, I 100% should have put my map on top of my deck during my upkeep, I think. That being said, now we're going to do this, then we'll condescend their Cryptic Command. I mean, like, the story of Brian Kibler and Magic is, like, terribly sad, right? Because, like, he literally wanted to commentate on their events, but they were so locked in this old boys club, they told him no. Just, like, that's an unreal punt on their part. They have at least Path to Exile in their hand that I can take here. And this Fatal Push is actually going to be pretty decent for us, because it's going to let us, double path. It's going to let us take care of this Colonnade that could otherwise beat us down. Kibler streams Hearthstone. You draw a Cryptic Command, friendo? You drew a Cryptic Command, friendo. Spell Queller! That's really unfortunate. So next turn, end of turn, I'm going to put this Chromatic Star on top of my deck, right? And then cycle that to kill this Spell Queller, get my map back. Yes, this is match 4. That is correct. Put the star on top of my deck. This will let me draw the Treasure Mage that's underneath my... God, they drew Logic Knot? What a beating. Just running counters. Ugh. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to edge step, flip a map up on top of my deck. I'm not even sure that that's true, Bardic. This deck just feels kind of clunky, if we're being honest. There's a lot of tension in a lot of different directions. We're getting close to slaver locking them, right? Did you draw another counterspell, opponent? I feel like they would have countered. They would have countered my map, right? You want some cereal? Where's your bowl? Alright, hold on. There you go. Enjoy, child. So we need how much to slaver lock them? We need 13, right? We've got 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we rip a tower, we slaver lock them. I've cocked for 6 here. Down to 3. Yeah, we need a tower here. Which is funny. We mulliganed to 4 this game, right? Am I remembering that correctly? This is game 1, right? We mulliganed to 4. I assume they're going to path my Treasure Mage in response here. But that actually gets me closer to locking it too, right? Like now any Tron piece off the top of my deck locks them at this point. I think I want to top this, right? I can snap bolt this Spell Queller. Do I have a Ghost Quarter in my deck? I do. Okay, so I could snap bolt the Spell Queller and then snap path it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, let's top that. Yeah, Blue Tron's a fine list. That one gets to do what? It gets to play the other thing. Yeah, that's the card I'm thinking of. Like to use Path to Exile's ability. We're not gonna get this land. Cryptic Command, Spell Quellers, a Search. They're not. They have a Rune Chanter's Pike. That's a hot one. Yeah, Gifts. It gets to play Gifts. They have one Field of Rune. All right, so put a stop on my turn. So we cast this. So okay, let's count my mana here for a second. I can. So I'm gonna pass back to myself. I think I want to upkeep, put this thing on top of my deck, and then I can cast it plus crack map, get Ghost Quarter, right? So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, perfect. And then next turn, so long as they don't rip a burn spell to kill me, I can Mindslaver them again the following turn. So I need to dodge a burn spell here. This bigger so I don't misclick. Good line, Hogland. Good line. Don't draw a burn spell, nerd. That's a good one. Upkeep, put map on top. I like it. Get the lock set up here. No, I like just hoping they don't have it there. So that way, I can't actually make blue mana for this. That's unfortunate. That was a good draw. That was a good draw, opponent. Fuck. If I Ghost Quarter for map, I can't. I guess if I Ghost Quarter myself, I could get 2 Scries at a Tron land. Is that worthwhile? Is it worth it just to get the Scries? No, but if I Ghost Quarter myself, I'm down a land, and then I need exactly Tower. Right, because then I'd have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, is that true? It is 11. So then any Tron piece would do it. Right, because then I could do that. And then have, yeah, any Tron piece. Oh, if we do the Scry line, we can't draw Slaver. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'm just gonna let this happen. I'm also low on clock, and this is game 1, so let's just move on with ourselves. Probably gonna time out of this match. This has been a sweet match of Magic, at least. Hopefully our opponent draws a piece of removal, and we can kill the Spell Queller and then map. That's the goal. The goal here is to have them draw removal. We need to have them draw a way to take the Spell Queller off the table. We're just dead now, right? Think I'm just dead. Well, I mean, as far as, like, possible draws to get us out go. Yeah, we could have drawn Ulamog or Ugin, right? Damn. That was a mold of 4. It was a mold of 4. You want more cereal? You want more, Jake? Alright, what am I doing? We couldn't counter their spell. We had 2 floating, and they had 3 up. We had 2 floating, and they had 3 up, so that wasn't an option. I don't actually know what's bad here. The fact that, like, I was gonna instinctually cut these, but the fact that they have, the stupid spell queller makes that relevant. It's probably fine. Spatial's probably fine, actually. Let's do this. Alright, gonna have to play a little bit faster this time. We are down on clock by 3 minutes here. I'm actually pretty unimpressed with blue. I've never played mono blue Tron, but this deck feels like adding the black splash in like really stresses the mana. And like this deck doesn't get to play as many filtering cards as like green Tron does. We only have 4 stars. My body is ready to miss our second land drop and die. I'm just not mulliganing below 6 again. We've mulliganed to like 4, 5, and 6 every game in this thing. Wait, opt-in response here. I actually think red's probably going to be pretty good in Tron. Should, I mean... Huh. I guess I'm just taking their search. I just play what people pay me to play. This is a donation deck list, so one of my subscribers submitted it. You know, I probably should have played the Underground River there, so that way if I drew another blue or black source, I could snap Thoughtseize this turn. Not punished. Alright, stroke me, baby. This deck is much worse than traditional green-based Tron decks. The blue Tron decks in Modern in general are just kind of clunky and awkward. They give up that powerful proactive thing you can be doing. Just the old Naked Queller. Okay, so they have Dispel, Rejection, and then Snapcaster Mage in their hand right now. They have 1 card I don't know. Rejection's really annoying. The Snapcaster Mage is pretty annoying, right? I can rebuy my Wurmcoil Engine until I'm blue in the face. Yeah, if it was any other application klutz, I'd say that this is a wine bug, but like, this happens on Magic Online too, on Windows. It's 10 out of 10 a feature. Are they just gonna kill me before I can force this through? We're gonna get snap stroked here. Or rejection, sure. Yeah, I think we're on the Jam Wurmcoils until we die plan. Which is gonna be in 3 turns from now, it looks like. So, like, any of the other big bombs we could draw, like, they just don't. Any of the other bombs we could draw in this match right now, they'd also lose to the same thing this Wurmcoil is going to lose to, so I might as well just keep guaranteed drawing the Wurmcoil rather than hope to draw something else that, like, also loses the same thing Wurmcoil loses to. Alright, that's gonna be a wrap on that one. So, Blue-Black Tron went 1 and 3. Do you need more cereal? Mm-hmm. I got you back. This deck, it's just like, I feel like this deck took some of the problems that, like, Blue Tron seems to have and, like, made them worse, right? Like, we're not a consistent fast Tron deck. We don't have... No, I didn't have double black or blue black. All my lands made colorless mana. So, like, we have all these colorless lands in our deck, which is actually, like, going back to, like, what just happened there, right? Like, I could have ghost quartered myself, I guess. But, like, you just... It's just really clunky. There's only 4 stars in this build. Yeah, so what? I'm gonna lose my Academy runes to snap Thoughtseize, so then I die to their Snapcaster Mage that turn? Like, this doesn't seem very good. And on top of having all these colorless lands, we have a bunch of these double colored cards in here that are just, like, exceedingly difficult to cast. One of the things Bluetron does nicely is it doesn't play any of these double colored cards, so yeah, this one really just kind of felt like... It's kind of felt like a clunker. Yeah, going back to, I think this is just a win more card. Like, it's kind of sweet when you get to do it, right? But, like, this isn't EDH. Having one big thing, like, is usually enough to win the game. So I think this is fine. I don't know what Shadow of the Grave does. I like the Ascendancy deck a lot. I actually 4-1 to competitive league off stream last night with it because I was having a good time. Return all hands that were cycled or discarded this turn. That seems kind of awkward. And black mana is kind of hard to get. Yeah, not having Stirrings is a huge loss. Yeah, maybe. There's a lot of things I don't know. Honestly, I just think I wouldn't play this deck again. I mean, I think if you wanted to play a Tron deck that wasn't green, you should look into the traditional mono blue Tron list. They aren't very good, but I think they're more consistent than this. Like, this deck's playing, like, reasonable Magic cards, which is why I, like, accepted it as a donation list, but it's just, like, it's just too clunky between missing your colors and, like, not having Tron consistently, or sometimes you have Tron and you have non-colorless spells, so you can't play them, and it's just, like, really awkward. Leave this one out. What do I want to do next? We had a donation for the mono green devotion